Good day folks, Sean here from Air Photography. So in today's video we're going to take a look at the brand new Hero 4K. This was announced alongside the Hero 13 Black a couple weeks ago. It wasn't available on launch day here in Canada anyways. I think it was available yesterday. Mine got delivered today. So yeah, we're going to open it up, take a look at it. Now this is an interesting camera. It's their new entry-level camera. It only comes in at $199 US or $279 here in Canada. It's a small lightweight camera. It only comes in at 86 grams. It's very similar to the Hero 11 Black Mini that was released 2 years ago. Except this one was pretty well a full-featured GoPro. It just didn't have a back screen on it or a front screen. Whereas the Hero 4K is extremely limited. Definitely be good for beginners who just want to capture for social media. For those looking for a secondary GoPro because you want to get different angles, this might even be a little bit too limiting for you in that aspect. For example, it only does max resolution of 4K 30. So if you're a person who likes to film in 4K 60 or 120 frames a second, this is not capable. When it comes to slow motion, you can only go to 2.7K at 60 frames per second. So you can only slow it down by half. But yeah, we're going to open it up here and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. I do have a full review coming of the Hero 13 Black, probably in another week or so. And I will be doing a full review of this camera as well once I've had a couple weeks to use it. So it's packaged very much like the Hero 13 Black. We've got our literature there, got some stickers, USB-C to USB-C charging and data cable. We have a buckle mount, sticky mount, curved sticky mount, a thumb screw. This is one of the small ones, the short ones. And then we have the camera. And wow, that thing is actually tiny. It looks a lot bigger in photos when you look at it online. I'll do a comparison against the full-size GoPro here in a minute. So we'll pull those protective stickers off. And just like the regular GoPro, we have to update the firmware before we can use it. So now just for scale, for those of you who did own the Hero 11 Black Mini, you can see it is actually quite a bit smaller than that, even when it comes to thickness. Now we'll compare it to a full-size GoPro. You can see just the difference there. And very lightweight, 86 grams. Now just a couple physical features of this camera. This lens at the front is replaceable, just like a regular GoPro. So if it happens to get damaged, yeah, that's a tiny little lens there. It can be replaced, which is good. We have fold-out finger mounts at the bottom. Unfortunately, it is not compatible with the new magnetic mounting system. So you just have to mount it with finger mounts. We have a touch screen on the back, which is different than the Hero Mini. You can see we didn't have that. We just had a little screen at the top there. So that touch screen is kind of nice. And we got a button there at the side, Bluetooth symbol. I believe that's our power button as well. On the side here, we have our USB-C port and a place for the memory card, which I'm going to go ahead and insert now. I'm hoping there's enough battery in here to get the firmware updated. Just like the Hero 11 Black Mini, this has a built-in battery, which is not ideal. My 11 Black Mini is actually completely dead. I don't know if I let the battery sit empty for too long, but this thing will not power on anymore. I'm going to have to call GoPro and maybe send it back to them. So that's kind of the problem with built-in batteries. If something goes wrong with the battery, the internal battery, then you're kind of out of luck. It has Enduro battery technology inside, so you do get those benefits. It's got a 1/2.8 sensor, 12 megapixel photos. As mentioned, 4K 30 is the max resolution. There's only 3 modes on it: photo mode, video mode, and slow motion. And as mentioned, slow motion is limited to 2.7K at 60 frames per second. There's no time lapses, no hyperlapses, and you're limited to regular photos. It is compatible with some of the GoPro remotes, such as the shutter remote. But let's go ahead here. I'm going to get it powered on, and we'll get it connected to the Quik app. We'll select English. We'll agree to the legal stuff. Voice control, so it does support GoPro voice control, which is nice. So it's checking, make sure we had a SD card in there, which we did, and it's checking to make sure we had enough battery power. So just like the Hero 13 Black, we get that code there that we can scan with our camera. We'll launch the GoPro Quik app. Try that again. There we go. So we found our GoPro. We'll connect the camera. So we'll save the name. So here it's going to check for available firmware. We're going to join the camera's Wi-Fi network. It's not really telling us what this firmware is doing. It's just giving us some key features of the camera itself. But we'll hit continue, we'll accept, and we'll go ahead and we'll let it do its thing. Looks like it's downloading pretty quick. The installation only usually takes a couple minutes, and then we'll be able to fire it up and take a look at it. As you can see here, we got a graphic on the back saying that the firmware update is downloading. There we go. We get a confirmation on the camera that the update has been completed. We should get a confirmation on the app here in a minute. So the interface is quite different than a regular GoPro. You can see we can just swipe to the different modes. It tells us at the bottom there, slow-mo, video, and photo. Oh yeah, and we got a message right there, video not stabilized. The GoPro Quik app can be used to smooth out shaky video. So that's actually really interesting. So yeah, very interesting. It doesn't give us any options for changing any video settings. We got some minimal settings here at the top we can change. Got an interesting battery saver, extends the battery life by lowering video resolution to 1080. So I guess that's how you change the video settings. If you want to film in 1080, you enable that battery saver. We got a few settings here we can change. Quick capture, got some settings for the LEDs, we can disable them, and the displays. So yeah, kind of interesting. This might be a good camera for people who just want to capture for social media. Very limited to what it can do, but we're gonna do a full review of it. We're gonna see what the video quality looks like. And very interesting that it doesn't have any built-in stabilization. And I'm curious to see how well the stabilization is going to be in the app, which I'll include in my full review. Keep an eye out for that in a couple weeks, or perhaps even sooner. It's a very simple camera, so there's probably not going to be a lot to test. Maybe I'll have that by the weekend even. Well, folks, that's basically it. Just a quick unboxing of the new GoPro Hero 4K. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you found it had value. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.